Intro to ASL. Lesson 4. Family and friends. Family. So for this sign, you are going to make 2 F handshakes. You're going to put them together with your palms facing out, just like this. And they are going to circle around. So they kind of do a circle and close together again. Family. Family. If you remember the sign for class, it's the same shape, but with the letter F. Family. Family. Friend. So for friend, you're going to make 2 kind of crooked finger shapes. Your non-dominant hand is going to start out on the bottom, and your dominant hand is just going to hold on top of it. Then you're going to flip. So your dominant hand is now on the bottom, and your non-dominant hand is on the top, and grasp those together again. So, friend. Camera bugging out on me. Friend. Friend. Best friend. So for best friend, there are 2 different signs. You can do best friend, which is close to the sign for friend, but instead of letting go and switching where your hands are, you're going to start with your dominant hand on top, and you're just going to give it a little pull. Best friend. Like you're testing your friendship and it holds firm. Best friend. Best friend. The second version of best friend is the letter R with a little shake of your hand, just a little tiny. That. I like to think of the 2 friends hugging each other and being very close. So in ASL, there is the male part of your head and the female part of your head. Usually your forehead area is used to show male words like boy, man, dad, grandpa. And your chin or jawline is used to show words like girl, woman, mom, grandma. So boy. For boy, you're going to make kind of a pinched O hand shape, but open it up. And you're just going to clasp that on the brim of your hat twice. Boy. Boy. And for girl, you are going to make an A hand shape, and you're going to start it on your dominant side of your face, and you're going to drag it down your jawline. Girl. This is from like a long time ago when girls had bonnet strings is the theory I've heard. Girl. Girl. Man. So for man, you are going to use an open 5 hand shape. It is going to tap your forehead and then tap the middle of your chest. Man. Good. For woman, you are going to tap your chin and then the middle of your chest. Woman. Woman. Good. For dad, you are going to take your 5 hand and just tap it to your forehead. Dad. Dad. And for mom, you're going to do the same thing except on your chin. Mom. Mom. All right, so we have boy, boy, girl, man, woman, dad, and mom. All right, then we have grandpa and grandma. So for these, you are going to do it like the sign for mom and dad, but instead of staying here, it's going to bounce once away from your head. So grandpa, grandpa. If it's your great, 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 great grandpa, you're going to bounce it for each of the greats. So grandpa, great, 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 great. That. Grandpa, grandpa. Grandma, grandma. Mom, grandma. Dad, grandpa. For grandparents, usually in English, the word order is grandma and grandpa. So you are going to do grandma first, and then grandpa. Grandparents. Grandparents. It's grandma and grandpa put together. What do you call your grandparents? Or you name, call your grandparents what? Son. So for the signs son and daughter, it doesn't matter how big you are your parents' baby. So with your non-dominant arm, you are going to crook it like you're going to hold a baby. You're going to take your dominant hand, and for son, it is just going to start up here in an open B hand shape up at your forehead, and then drop down son. Son. Good. And for daughter, we can start with an A hand shape. We're going to do pretty much the same thing. You're going to go from an A hand shape into open B hand shape to go girl, baby. Daughter. Daughter. Son. Son. Daughter. Daughter. Brother. So for brother and sister, you are going to get 2 1 hand shapes out, and your dominant hand is going to become an L hand shape. You're going to take your non-dominant hand, plop it down in front of you so your finger is pointing towards your dominant side, kind of a little bit in front of you, just like that. Then your dominant hand is going to tap your forehead and land. You're going to land just like that with the hands on top of each other, so not on your wrist, not on your finger, squarely on top of each other. Brother. 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 For sister, you are going to drag your thumb a little bit along your cheek and land it on top of your non-dominant hand. Sister. Sister. Brother. Sister. If you remember from last week's lesson, lesson 3, about school words, you remember the sign right or correct. Isn't your brother always right? Or isn't your sister always right? I know that's really definitely not true, but it's kind of a funny, helpful way of remembering it. All right, extended family. Uncle. So for uncle, you are going to make the letter U, and you're going to put it up in the air near your forehead, since uncle's male. Then you are going to do a little counterclockwise circle. So away from you, and then towards you. Uncle. Uncle. Aunt. For aunt, you are going to do an A hand shape, and you're going to put it near your chin or near your cheek, right here beside your head, and it's going to move the same way that uncle moved, just in a little counterclockwise circle. aunt, aunt, uncle, aunt. For cousin, you are going to take the letter C. If your cousin is a boy, you're going to put it up near the top of your head and give it a little shake. If your cousin that you're talking about is a girl, you're going to put it down near your chin and give it a little shake. And if you're talking about maybe all of your cousins together or just not saying which gender they are, it can just sit right in the middle of your head and you can give that a little shake. Cousin. So, for example, I have 5 cousins. 2 are girl cousins and 3 are boy cousins. All right, nephew. Make a straight in handshake. And this is going to go up by the top of your head. And you're going to give that a little shake, kind of like you did for cousin, but with a straight in. Nephew. Nephew. Niece is going to be, you guessed it, same as nephew, but down near your cheek. Niece. Niece. All right, let's run through that again. Uncle. Uncle. Aunt. Aunt. Cousin. Boy cousin. Girl cousin. Gender neutral cousin sign. Nephew. A straight letter N. Nephew. Niece. Good. All right, other words. Kid. So for kid, you're going to get out your heavy metal hand and you're going to stick your index finger about with your middle knuckle right under your nose and give it a little wiggle. Kid. 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 Child. So for child, I want you to pull out your imaginary child. Stand them next to you, pat them on the head. Child. 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 Children. For children, you are going to get 2 imaginary children. And you are going to pat them each on the head. Children. Children. If it's more children, I mean, you don't have to pat exactly how many children it is, but you could do children with 2 hands. I'll do that sometimes. Children. So, kid, child, children. Teenager. For teenager, you're going to make the letter T. Then you are going to tap it, dominant side of your face. Tap it on your chin/jawline and up near your ear. Teenager. The same hand placement as home. Teenager. Teenager. Parents. For parents, same concept as grandparents. We usually say mom and dad and not dad and mom. So you are going to sign mom first and then dad. Parents. Parents. So remember, mom, dad, parents. Mary. For Mary, you are going to make 2 open C hand shapes. Your non-dominant hand is going to rest in front of you, palm up, and your dominant hand is going to fall on top of it and clasp it. Mary. Mary. Good. Wedding. For a wedding, you're going to make 2 of this hand shape, whatever you want to call it. You are going to set them next to each other and swing them together. And your dominant hand is going to clasp the index fingers of your non-dominant hand. I'm going to show it to you from behind. Wedding. Wedding. wedding, wedding, divorce. You're going to make two D hand shapes. You're going to make them kind of face together and then turn them away from you. So you're going to turn them this way. So don't turn them like that. Your palms are going to swing out. Okay. Separated, you're going to make two bent B hand shapes. You're going to put your index fingers together like this. Here, this is not how you should do it, but just what it should look like. So palms facing towards you. And then you're going to just pull your hands apart a little bit, separated. Separated. Relative. There's two different signs for relative. The first one is just signing family. Family. Relative. The second sign is doing the same motion as friend, but with the letter R. So you're not going to be bending your fingers for this, just keeping them straight. Your dominant hand is going to land on top of your non-dominant hand, and then they're going to flip to your non-dominant hand, lands on top of your dominant hand. Relative. Relative. Or relative. Family. Step family. So for step, you are just going to finger spell step. S T E P. Step. So if it is your stepmother, you're going to spell S T E P, mom. Stepfather, stepfather, step brother, step sister, that. All right, that is it for lesson 4. Good work. Keep practicing. If there's anything that you were struggling on, go back and review that again. And I will see you next week.